everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of the Green Room Podcast. Episode 6 now.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're almost at a week.
Sure.
We're almost at a week.
Almost if you want to count it like that.
If you want to count it, we're almost at 7 days worth of podcast, kind of. Not 7.
But we put in a lot more work than 7 days.
Yeah. And it's not like we have 7, however many hours are in 7 days. It's not like we have that many hours of
I think you're getting way too much into it.
I definitely am.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's like a month and a half of episodes. 1 a week.
Yeah.
I'm Massimo Distefano, one of your co-hosts here. And to my right, I
am not Massimo Distefano. I am Brendan Aten. That is my new tagline. I hope you enjoy.
You've done every single one.
I know, but I was debating stopping doing it.
I like it.
It's here to stay. It's here to stay.
But let us know in the comments if you like it. I think it's funny.
I'll stop. But
because you're not Massimo.
That's true. I am not you. Is there a song about that? I don't know. Anyway,
what?
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm
good. I'm here. I got coffee next to me. You guys see me sipping this?
I got a big old coffee off screen that I'm almost done with.
You want to go grab it?
Not really.
Okay.
Because I don't have a table to put mine on. You do.
You get the ground.
I'm good.
Okay.
We haven't worked together in a minute.
I know. No. Yeah. By the way, we're at the lovely Franklin Theater in downtown Franklin, Tennessee. Very happy to be here. Yes, we are both employed here.
Yes, we get paid this week.
Yeah, on Friday.
Well, sometimes I get paid a little bit earlier.
Why do you get paid early?
I think Fifth Third just is always good about like paying early if it's in transit.
Mine's like early Friday.
Sometimes I get paid on like Wednesday, Thursday.
What?
Yeah.
I get my pay stub like Wednesday.
Fifth Third's the way to go. Shout out Fifth Third.
Huh.
I might get my pay stub by the end of the day today or tomorrow.
No, it's whenever. Oh, no. Well, she's not here anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know who's doing that. Anyway,
I think
Tiger
says, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so,
we need to talk about what happened this weekend.
That's right. Today is May 8th. It's Monday. This is not going out anytime soon.
Not at all.
This past weekend, a lot happened here in Nashville.
A lot.
I think a surplus of 450, 500,000 people were here extra for all the events this past weekend.
Well, and there was so much going on. So let's start lower on the totem pole and work our way up. There was, I believe, at the Music City Center, which is where I work a lot for CP.
Were you there?
It was just like, no.
Oh, well.
I was here. I was living my life, dude. No, but there was like meetings and a bunch of stuff going on there. And then Janet Jackson had a concert, I believe at Bridgestone on Friday and or Saturday night. I don't remember.
Was it 2 shows?
I don't remember. That's why it's either Friday or Saturday and or both. I don't know. Anyway, and then Taylor Swift, who is a huge artist. I didn't realize how big she was. She's massive now.
I don't know how you didn't know that.
I just never realized it because I feel like
stuff.
During COVID, like at least on the internet, it started to show how big she was. And now it's like spreading like a wildfire. Anyway, she did 3 sold out shows at Nissan. At least I think they were all sold out. I don't know about night 3.
Well, no. I heard she broke the record of how many people were in Nissan Stadium her first night.
On Friday, yeah.
Yeah. And then she broke it again on Saturday. She broke her own record on Saturday. Sunday, I'm not quite sure because it did. That was yesterday because it did rain yesterday.
Yeah.
What did you said the times? What time did she start?
So I believe she was supposed on Friday and Saturday went on about 7 or 8 and the openers went on about like 5 or 6 because there's a few openers before her.
Yeah.
And she didn't go on stage until like 10, 11 o'clock last night. And she finished at like 2 in the morning.
It's because of the rain, though. It's because of the rain. Yeah.
And towards the end of the show, there was some lightning too, but it was so far away that they just kept going. You can see there's videos of her singing. And then in the background, you can just see that. It's kind of sweet, actually. Yeah. But I was blown away by the amount of people and the amount of fandom for Taylor Swift. And
did you see how much the tickets were, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see what Ticketmaster did to all those people that sat outside?
What?
So Ticketmaster, like essentially double booked like the entire floor all 3 days.
What?
Yeah. So the pedestrian bridge was full of people. It was a mob because they had tickets that they didn't have. And then the venue had to be like, sorry about your luck. You can watch I think you could see the screen from the bridge. And people just stood in the streets or just stood outside and watched it all 3 days. And
after they paid for it.
After they paid for it all. Now, I believe If it was through Ticketmaster itself, Ticketmaster can like refund them their money if it was like a scam or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was craziness. Well, and on what was it, Friday night, she announced she's
Speak Now.
Now, the Taylor's version. And
Yeah.
it was insanity. They put like those pink gels on the bridge. So when she announced it, the bridge turned pink.
No, purple.
Or purple, excuse me. I said
Gosh,
pink. I
man.
purple.
Don't you know?
I'm sorry.
I'm surprised I know.
The ballpark, sorry, my mustache is getting in my nose.
No, I had a friend that was there that night that she announced that, and she has a video of her like actually saying it. And
there's some people.
There was a lot of yelling, a lot of crying and yelling.
So much screaming.
I think beyond how loud the music would be, because I know if I ever went, I'd be surrounded by people yelling and crying and screaming next to me. That would make me go deaf, not the loud show in front of me.
I saw a TikTok this morning of a girl that lives like 2 miles away from Nissan. She was standing on her porch and just took a video of like her backyard.
No way.
And you could hear the just screaming. Just the mayhem. Not the music, just the screaming of people when they announced the Speak Now.
I saw some video of Taylor. She was at one of the shows on the run, and she was at a piano or something, and she just popped one of her ears out, and she was like, she jumped a little bit. She was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so loud!"
Because they're so noise canceling at that point when you're so big that it literally.
And she's probably got real nice ones that actually cancel out.
She does not have the Shure like $60 one. No. Guitar Center.
That's what I got.
That's what I'm thinking about getting soon. Yeah, but man. I wanted to actually start a little bit talking about the new artists or songs we like.
Yeah,
and one of the, I guess, new artists / song that I'm liking a lot, literally in the past 2 or 3 days, I just discovered Boy Genius and Phoebe Bridgers and all of them, and they opened for Taylor Swift this weekend. Man, that
both
song
of them are just Phoebe.
Well, so Phoebe was the listed as the opener, but then she surprised everyone all 3 nights with Boy Genius and Julian Baker and Lucy. I forget Lucy's last name came out. And the one night, Matty Healy of 1975 just was the rhythm acoustic guitar player for the band.
Just for fun.
He didn't sing once. He just stood there, and then at the end of the show, when she was like announcing, she's like, Matty Healy, like on acoustic guitar, just like a part of the band. Yeah, which is crazy.
I think it's great. I wish more people did that.
There's a lot of conspiracy that he's dating Phoebe Bridgers, Taylor Swift, and or both at the same time.
Well, Taylor just got out of a relationship.
Exactly.
Not to make this a whole drama episode, but
I know, yeah, but you never know.
As I was told, that is America's heartbreak. America's something like that.
Who's 1975?
No. Taylor Swift breaking up with
with the Joe guy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I
don't care.
Wow.
I really liking Boy Genius lately, and that song Never Strong Enough or Not Strong Enough, whatever it's called.
I think
big fan.
I've heard of them. I don't really know them because I think that was a ref for one of the the album we just did, which we'll get into later.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that she had that as one of their songs.
So Boy Genius only has I think they have 1 EP and 1 album out.
What stuff is it? What genre? Because I don't know.
Like indie pop.
Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah. It's good. I'm normally not a fan of like indie or pop music, and I like it a lot. Like I don't love, and I don't mean to diss them or anything because I want a career after this, but I don't love like the Backstreet Lovers and the like this indie thing where it's just 2 chords going back and forth.
Yeah.
With the chorus pedal, and then that's just indie music.
Yeah, chorus pedal for sure.
I'm like
the amount of verb.
It's also but I also hate that for the same reason that I hate pop music because it's all the same chords. So it's just like it's just that mentality.
It's all
just
4 on the floor,
doing the same thing.
And then, yeah. But I remember like the 2010s, everyone was doing that. Like, and I was in middle school and high school. Even before that, I was like, this is not good.
Yeah, dude.
And it sounded like the song you just played 2 minutes ago. Like at that young of an age, I was like, I don't like this.
I know, literally. But
oh man,
yeah. I think. What do you want to talk about this episode?
Well, I got to say my person.
Oh yeah, true. Sorry.
I've got this. This is.
I don't know if you had one or not.
No. This is someone not new, but I feel like they very much deserve a shout out. Is a band called The Night Game.
Never heard of them.
They're one of the refs for the album. Again, the Outfield. That's the song. Wow.
Don't remember.
So obviously you didn't listen to it. The ref you're supposed to listen to.
I just don't remember.
Sure. The lead singer was the guy for Boys Like Girls, that band. No? Okay. I don't really know him either, but that's what he's from. And then he does a ton of songwriting. It's just, to me, it's modern. Like they're taking influence from the 80s rock and all those synthesizer sounds. They're taking that, making it modern, and they're doing it well. I will say. I think it's a very nice mesh of modern pop versus stuff that in the 80s and 90s that was like popular.
Do you listen to 1975 at all?
I'm beginning to.
You should. They're kind of like that.
I'm liking some of it. Although I remember like a year or so ago, I heard one of their live performances and what's his face singing. I was like, this is not.
He's an interesting character on stage.
This is not that good.
He's an interesting character on stage, but their music is so good. They're great.
I'm warming up to them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
They have some hits and misses for sure, but every band does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Except Journey.
That's not true.
Okay.
Journey has some bad songs.
Sure.
You know they do.
I know they do. Shut up. I get it. I know. I'm not oblivious.
I just think it's funny.
But 90% of it, awesome. Stop it. Give me 90.
I'll give you 80.
80? 85.
No.
85.
No.
85.
82.
4.
83.
4.
No.
83 and a half.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay, 83 and a half.
Speaking of Journey.
What?
I was thinking we talk about our influences on this episode.
Oh, you want me to go first? Or
yeah,
you
go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have them written down here.
It's okay.
Let's see. I think this might take you by surprise. One of the very first artists that I ever got into, like really young, like I had the double greatest hits CD, like the 2 thing that opened up, was Michael Jackson. And I don't. I listened to him, but not like Journey or like Toto, like the ones I just kind of like, I'm going to put on this. But I remember vividly being that like 6, 7, 8, 9 and just popping that CD in, or 2 of them, excuse me. And like, it was great. It was one of the earliest things I like, because you have your artists that you listen to and the ones you like listen to, like you dive way into all their stuff. That was Michael Jackson. I think that was the first one. Really?
I know that about you.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't know. It makes you move. It's good music.
I don't know. It makes you move. It's good music.
That's what it is. Michael Jackson, man. If Michael Jackson doesn't make you move, then you're a stick. What are you doing?
Then you're a stick?
Yeah. You're just a stick. You know what I mean?
That's such a weird analogy, but whatever. It's okay.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Audience, you know what I mean? You'll pick up on my
put it in the comments if you've never heard that before. Thank you.
If we don't have 100 comments saying you haven't heard that before,
or just one person commented and everyone used that as like that.
No,
comment.
I want on the engagement. Make a different comment.
No, you just like the comment. You just keep liking that comment.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Okay,
so,
now you go do one. We'll do back and forth.
I guess. Well, going off what because you did your first one.
Oh yeah.
My first, like, you know how like once you grow up, you like old memories when you were like a kid and start to kind of fade. And you only remember the ones that stick. You know.
Yeah.
The oldest, or I guess the earliest memory I have is my dad showing me Dave Matthews Band on the house computer in like 2008 or something like that.
What you
I must
doing,
have been 6
son?
or 7 years old. What?
Nothing. It was a bad bit.
Oh, I didn't even hear what you said.
We'll chop that out.
Okay. We definitely won't because I was talking over it. Anyway, and yeah, it was Where Are You Going by Dave Matthews, specifically that song. It's still my favorite Dave Matthews song. We're going to go see Dave Matthews in a few weeks.
Woo!
And
You're driving and buying me drinks.
I'm praying
and
he plays that song. Here's Uber so we can both drink.
Okay. I will. What did I buy? Oh, we got nosebleed seats. Guess how much these tickets, guys, were? Guess how much? $20.
Your guess was wrong.
Yeah.
I heard you.
$20. I mean,
$20.
These are like the nosebleeds of the nosebleeds, but $20.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And I mean,
I've never seen him before.
Yeah,
I'll clarify.
neither.
I'm going to the show, but I don't know that much of Dave Matthews.
You don't know
I
a
think
lot of
I'm really
music.
gonna like it, but I'll know like 3
You
songs.
probably know less Dave Matthews than I knew Journey going into that show. Like,
really? You didn't. How many did you know?
Yeah, but Journey, the amount of pop songs that Journey has, you know what I'm saying? Like the amount of songs that are like played on pop radio, like or just classic
Okay,
rock
we're gonna
radio
go on this tangent. How many songs do you know?
by Journey.
Journey. Name them. Go.
I don't know. Don't Stop. Well, the other reason I know a lot of them is because of Glee,
Okay.
which
We're not getting into that.
I'm definitely getting
Glee
into
versions
that.
of Journey are the worst. Okay.
Don't listen to him.
Listen to me. That's
him.
a word.
Don't listen to him. My first concert ever was Glee. It was awesome. Okay, Glee's a great show, and their Journey covers are awesome. Okay,
Unbelievable.
Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin', Straight and Not Swung is
so
awesome.
bad. So bad.
So I know Don't Stop Believin', Separate Ways, Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin'. And I definitely know other ones. I just don't know the names of them.
You know other ones.
I just don't know.
The one I did.
What's it called?
Lights?
I wasn't on it, so I didn't know. Yeah. Yeah, you did it, but I wasn't a part of it. So
yeah, but like you've seen.
Well, once.
You don't watch my stuff?
Not multiple times. It's not like you're my favorite YouTuber. You're my friend. If I had YouTube channels, would you just when you're
That's
bored,
actually going to do it for today,
videos?
guys. Me and Brendan have some stuff to talk about behind the cameras.
Okay, this is more of a tangent. Let me ask you a question. If I had a YouTube channel, when you're bored, would you just watch my videos? Because that's what you're kind of implying.
If they were good.
Well, okay.
Okay, what kind of videos?
I don't know. I definitely wouldn't do like band covers and stuff.
Well, then maybe not.
If I'd either do mixing.
I'm going to watch you mix. I watched you mix last night. I was over. We were mixing the intro song.
The intro, which you just heard about 10, 15 minutes ago.
That's right.
Anyway, we got to get off this.
Anyway.
Get back into it. But Dave Matthews was the
Dave
best.
Matthews,
That's
yeah.
my first.
But anyway, you know more songs
100%.
by Journey than I do Dave
I probably
Matthews.
maybe know 10 Journey songs.
I know like 2 Dave Matthews.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I don't know who's opening for Dave either. We had Toto open for
Is there
Dave.
an opener for Dave? Is there an even one?
I'm assuming so. I just don't know who.
I wouldn't mind just a long show.
The reason I'm kind of excited for that show is because I don't want to be too rude, but my least favorite member of the band is not in it anymore. So it was the violin player.
Say his name.
He was awesome, and the violin was really important for the music. But live, they would give him the longest solos, and I just wish that the saxophone player had more solos and the guitar player had more solos. And now Jeff and Tim Reynolds
Jeff Coffin was just here
Jeff Coffin,
a couple months ago.
And Tim Reynolds,
great
the
player.
player, he'll have more time to solo. So
Jeff, if you want to come on the podcast,
well, if we're doing this,
let me know.
Dave Matthews, if you want to come on the podcast, I would love. My dad is a huge fan. It is a dream of mine in this industry. If I make enough money or enough connections to fly my dad out to a show or take my dad to a Dave Matthews show and have my dad meet Dave Matthews or like go backstage. That's a goal of mine is to like.
We need like a paper here of like the goals that we want to do.
Yeah. I also want to take my mom likes just any female country singer essentially. But especially Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
Carrie Underwood, or I'd take her to see Sugarland. She loves Sugarland.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sugarland. Sorry, it's such a good song. All right, get into more of your influences. Talk about Journey. Just get into Journey.
No.
Journey.
I'm not going to say those because everyone knows those already. Hopefully.
Why? Because you're waiting when we do the Journey episode?
Yeah. There will be a Journey episode.
Well, I think what we should do is do a Journey episode, and then we'll do a slash Guns N' Roses episode, and then we do a Journey verse slash Guns N' Roses episode.
Part 1, Part 2, Part 3.
And we debate it. Yeah.
Then we have to have a poll for our listeners.
Yeah. Coming in a few weeks, maybe.
Maybe more than that. I want to build up some kind of more audience.
A month from now, maybe.
2,
3, 4. We'll see.
7,
anyway,
8.
Your second influence is a Journey.
I'm not going to say Journey or Toto in this. I'm going to be like, I'm going to say ones that you probably don't know. And okay. The second one, I had his hat on earlier. I changed it because
I saw it. Yeah.
I didn't. It's just I just don't like the hat. I bought it because it's the band. 5 for Fighting. You know who they are?
I know they've played here, but other than that, I don't know.
So good. Fun fact: I thought my godfather was the guy singing. Like my dad just had this recording one time, and like I heard it was just like one of the famous songs called "100 Years," and I was like, "Hey, that sounds like." That sounds like John.
Yeah.
And I asked my dad one time, I was like, is that John? He was like, no, it's not John. What? So, John, if you're watching this, hi. Hope you're doing well. He's in Florida. I don't know. It's not 80s at all. It's like 2000s. Like he had his first hit called Superman, and he put it out in 2001 before 9/11. And then when 9/11 happened, that's kind of how he got famous because that song got picked up, and I think he played it at the memorial or something. Like he did one live show like in memory of 9/11, and he got picked up from that. And then he had a song called 100 Years. He's had a great. I love his writing. He's a piano player. I think artistically he's impacted me a lot, just in his writing, and yeah, I still listen to him. And he came here last summer. Were you working that?
I think
I definitely just like popped in and like watched the show.
I think I was working staff, like I was shift leading or something for it.
Such a good. It was him with a string quartet because it's just one guy. It's not really a band. His name's John Ondrasik. I hope I think I'm pronouncing that right. Great guy. If you want to come on here, John,
come to the show.
He's such a cool guy. I was about to meet him that night, but he had a room full of people in here in the green room.
This green room.
Hey, we need a button.
That's so easy.
The green room. I don't know. Yeah, big influence of mine is him. I still listen to him a lot. It's like comfort food.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys I'm gonna say are like the equivalent of comfort food. You know, like pasta.
I get that. Yeah, like pasta.
Pasta's comfort food.
I've never thought of it.
Nice little red meat sauce. Little cheese.
If you don't have to make it, it's comfort food. But if you have to make it like 3 hours later, you're like, this is not
no. What my mom makes.
Well, yeah. But if you have to make it yourself, that's what I'm saying. Then it's not.
I can make it what she makes.
Well, yeah, but it's no longer comfortable when you've been waiting 3 hours.
It doesn't take 3 hours to make a pasta.
If you want good sauce, it does.
Yeah, well, the sauce is a whole different thing.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I get my mom to make the sauce, and then I just.
That's because you still live with your mom.
You got a problem with that?
No, I'm jealous. I wish I still lived with
saving
my mom.
money, guys. I'm saving money.
Shout out my mom. I love my mom.
Yeah, me too. Julie, love you.
I'm not calling my mom by her first name because I respect her. So. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. That was kind of.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of aggressive.
What's your mom's name?
Gina.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah.
Say you love your mom.
Yeah.
Say it.
I love you, Mom. I'm not. No. I've never called my mom by her first name ever in my life.
Whatever. This doesn't make any sense.
Anyway.
Get back on it. You go now.
I'm so full of tangents.
I cannot believe you.
So full of tangents today. It may have been that 32-ounce coffee.
I know. I want to go to that place you were telling me about. You already got it?
Yeah.
Then we can go after this?
Another coffee?
Don't get 32 ounces.
I don't want another coffee, but if you want to go, that's fine.
You going to buy me a coffee?
No.
We're not going to go.
I have so little money.
What's your third artist, Brendan?
My second artist?
Or band? Oh, no, yeah. What's your...
I've only done, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so full of tangents today. I'm sorry.
Are you?
So much coffee and so little sleep.
So little.
I'm just going to... You said you're not going to name your heavy hitters. I'm just going to name all mine because why not? Slash, I think the first time I heard Slash was probably my dad's old Ford Ranger that he used to have.
Mm-hmm.
And it was definitely Sweet Child of Mine, and I definitely loved it. Should I get it down and play it?
Don't you dare. I'm looking at the recording right now.
Yeah, you guys blew us up.
Blew up. I'm going to compress that a lot.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. I'll just clip gain down.
Yes.
Yeah, Slash is the best. I mean, my main thing with Slash is people just write him off because he was in Guns N' Roses. You know what I mean?
That's what I did.
Love Guns N' Roses. Exactly. Like everyone else does. He's more than Guns N' Roses, which sounds corny.
He's got a cool hat.
He does have a cool hat and cool hair and cool sunglasses and stuff.
Yeah, but that's what it's about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Continue.
No, it kind of is a little bit to a degree.
I know.
But he's the man. Like my favorite thing about Slash, I think, is that him in the late 90s, early 2000s, he was musically just doing anything he wanted because he wasn't in Guns N' Roses anymore. But at the time, he was one of the biggest guitar players in the world because it was right off the tail end of the Van Halen and the hair metal, and it's when grunge is starting to happen and Nirvana is happening. But then guitar players are still wanted, like big, important, big.
Well, he's always been a big name.
Well, yeah, but after Guns N' Roses, that's what kind of kept him going. Was in the 90s, early 2000s. He like played with Carole King. He played with all of these R&B artists. He was a session player for Alice in Chains Alice Cooper and a bunch of he was did session work and did his rounds in other genres and on TV. And
I think that's good to do. I think it's huge. I love it when people are people that are part of a band that then becomes huge, and then they have the ability to go out and do stuff. Sting.
Well, I think it was huge for his brand too, because
because now you don't know him as just the Guns N' Roses guy.
Well, and also you don't know him now as just the drunk guy on stage, because it also helped his character, because people started to realize that he wasn't just a drunk rock and roll guy that just is on stage doing fast up and running, like, you know what I mean? That he's a true musician at heart. He's a true, like, he listens to more than just rock music. He listens to jazz and this, that, and like one of his best friends until he died was Les Paul, the guy that created the Les Paul, and it was one of the best jazz pop guitar players of all time. So it's just like, I don't know. And just throughout the years, I obviously have seen him twice, once his band and then with Guns N' Roses. He's a legend, and I just think that he is the most underrated guitar player of all time, because people don't. But I don't think that he's the greatest ever. You just think he's underrated. You think he's underrated because nobody overrated. If you look at top 10 lists on the internet, 30% of them have Slash in it, which to me is ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. Now, he's not one at all, and I don't think he's top 5 either, because I have a brain. I love Slash, but I also have a brain. You know what I mean? But I think he's top 10, if not top 15, and I have seen him in the 20s and 30s. And I'm like, I think John Mayer is good, but I think Slash is better.
Whoa, my mouth, my jaw.
What? I'm going to say it.
You think Slash is better than John Mayer?
Because I think Slash can be more versatile. I'm not saying that John isn't, just John hasn't. John has done his stuff and Dead & Company, which is blues,
that's a fair
R&B.
point. John sticks to his.
I think John probably can, and I'm not.
No,
John
he definitely
doesn't.
Could.
Which just is. There just isn't the content to judge on. When Slash has done so much. Slash just played at the CMAs. He just did country. You know what I mean? Like, John could, but he doesn't. So it's hard to judge him when he just doesn't do that. You know. You got a third influence?
I do. Let me think of it.
Is it going to be Steve Perry? Is it going to be Journey? Is it going to be
maybe I do a heavy hitter like that.
You should at least talk Steve. If you're not going to talk Journey, talk Steve Perry.
I will talk Steve Perry. What a man. What a man.
What a man. That's so funny. What a way to start.
Steve
I'll let
Perry.
you take the floor.
Yeah, Steve Perry. If you didn't know, what are you doing with the mic? I put it back to your face. Oh my gosh. If you didn't know, Steve Perry was in Journey for almost 10 years. The New Year's Eve show, 1977, till about 87. That's when that tour ended. Oh, now you're getting your coffee. Sorry. And as I was listening to Journey, I don't know why I imagined this guy with a beard singing. It was really, I don't know. Do you ever do that? Like envision singers, like before you see them?
Yeah.
Like I just imagine this guy with long hair and a beard.
I definitely hear long hair, but I don't know about a beard. Anyway, keep going. That's interesting.
I mean, he had long hair.
Well, yeah, that's interesting. I never
for a time. I don't know. Side note. And there's the way he just has crafted his voice over the years is insane. And I know I'm a drummer, but I do sing a little bit. And I definitely do try to take after him with the way he expresses and
you definitely do,
and the characteristics of his voice.
We just had a work party.
Going
away for one of our staff members, and we did karaoke at the end.
We did.
Massimo,
I did do a song.
Sing, and it was great. I'm not even like trying to be rude or anything. It was awesome, but you can tell that your influence is definitely Steve Perry, and I don't mean that rude at all. It's just, you sing like him a little bit, kind of like when I play guitar. I kind of play like Slash a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's interesting. Well, what's interesting about you is it's like your main musical influence isn't a drummer. So it's like it was Steve Perry, at least from the outside looking in.
Fun fact, he was a drummer.
Well, I know, but he's not like a drummer.
Yeah.
Like Slash is a bass player. I think he played bass when he was like 14, but Slash is a bass player. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's interesting because it's interesting that like, I don't know. It's just interesting that musically.
Yeah, that's what I draw towards. Because it's
not like you play. At least to me, it's not like you play like any drummers. You just play like you. But then when you sing like Steve Perry. But when I play guitar like Slash.
And it's not okay. You say I sing like Steve Perry, but it's not. It's not.
You don't do like an impression.
No one's ever going to be Steve Perry.
No, it's not like you do an impression of him
to be as good. Because I'm not.
But it's just like the way that you sing because you've listened to him so much. You've listened to his technique and you just copy his technique in certain situations.
It's fun.
It's situational.
I love doing it.
My favorite saying, situations are situational. And that's what it is. In certain situations, you just use Steve Perry to help you. Yeah.
But I don't just listen to him with Journey. I listen to his solo stuff. So he has 3 solo albums out. One in 1984, one in 1994, and one in 2018 is the one he just put out. It's 5 years ago now. Oh, wow. He has aged like a nice fine wine. I don't care what anyone says. He's still got it. And he can do whatever he wants because he's Steve Perry. So I think I mentioned it in another episode, but he posted on Instagram a few weeks ago, maybe now, that he was sitting next to Chris Lord-Alge in his studio, and they're like, yeah, just putting on the final touches on the mix or master, whatever, of a duet he did with Dolly Parton of Open Arms.
You know, it's interesting.
I was like, what?
Dolly Parton just had a song with Slash come out.
No way!
Chris Jansen, the guy that did Buy Me a Boat, Dolly Parton, and Slash. Just came out on Friday. Yeah.
Dolly's been busy.
Working with our
Wow, yeah. Dolly, you want to come on the podcast?
Shout out Dolly. I saw her once walk through Dark Horse when I first started interning.
Oh, really?
When I first started interning, I walked in the building and she was walking out. It was like it's like she was the sun. There was a glow around her.
It's Dolly Parton.
Yeah. Well, but being from Michigan, I didn't realize, okay, if you're not from Tennessee and you're listening to this, Dolly Parton is God to Tennessee. Half of the license plates have her face on it, and then half of the billboards have, and there's no diss at all because Dolly's the man, like in the best way possible. Yeah. Not like the man from the School of Rock. Like no. The man. She's awesome.
The man.
But I had no idea. It blew me away
crazy,
when I moved here.
Dude,
how
Dolly World? Like, come on. That's her world.
I know. I didn't know what Dollywood was till I moved here. I'm like, she has a whole like Disneyland just for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's craziness.
Oh yeah, it's Dollywood,
in the best way possible.
Dolly World. What am I saying?
And they pay us to work there sometimes. So shout out Dollywood.
Oh, what, through CP?
Yeah, through CP and some of the other like production.
Anyway, Steve Perry.
What's your favorite time period of Steve Perry, like era? And I want to. I'm gonna do this. Give me a 3 to 4 years span. I don't want like 5 to 10 years. I want 3 to 4 years, like a short little time period.
Like, okay, because his voice changed.
Exactly. That's why.
So you want my favorite time period of his voice, or like the music he was putting out?
Of him, whether it be his voice or the music he's putting out. Because I've heard you talk a lot about the way his voice changes over the years, and the way the band used to bicker and fight over the years. So I want to know what your favorite 3 to 4 years of Steve Perry ever is.
Okay. I need to go in a little bit of history just for a second before we get into it. He had like the silkiest, smoothest R&B voice in the 70s and a little bit in the early 80s. But by that time, he was touring a lot and you could hear it doing a little bit of its work on his throat and everything. Especially when he got to Frontiers, which is 83. And then especially Raised on Radio, you know, he's still got the soul. It's just a different, like from his gut. It's not this very light, airy thing like Sam Cooke. He drew a big inspiration from Sam Cooke, which is, I think, is so cool. I love Sam Cooke too, because Steve. So obviously.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, that is not my favorite time of his. Not that it's bad. I love it.
I can guess your favorite time period of his.
Okay, go. Wait, what do you think?
I think it's like the mid 80s. Or is it the late 80s? No.
Wrong.
It's probably in the 90s then, isn't it?
It is when he put out For the Love of Strange Medicine in 94. There's, I think, because
is that solo or is that Journey?
That was his second solo album. That was 10 years after his first one.
Is that the one that had O'Sherry on it?
No, that was 84.
Oh, okay.
Street Talk. Yeah. And it's, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that was just his most genuine self in putting out music. Because I feel like everything before that was like, because he was with Journey, he's doing his thing. And then especially later days of Journey, last 2-3 albums in the 80s, like Escape Frontiers and Raised on Radio. It was like, all right, we got to do it. Like, and they were on top, and it was great. I love Escape. Second to that would probably be Escape, which is 81, because I think he was in his prime at that point. Not that he is ever lost his prime, because he's always in his prime, because he's Steve freaking Perry. But that's his prime, the prime of his prime.
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't know. I think the writing, it's not, and I'm not a writer. Like, I don't know the lyrics and stuff. But I think he said, because I saw something about when he puts out music, he's like, I gotta have something to say. So like, and he waited 10 years to put out another solo album. I was like, okay. So I don't know.
He's probably a perfectionist, and he just
he
wants it to be good, and he just won't let it.
No, he very much is.
Yeah,
he's one of the ones that will always criticize. Like, it's like everyone else is like in the room is like, that was the best thing, and he'd be like,
give me another take.
One more time.
Freddie Mercury, was
which is great.
Too.
No, yeah. Like, I think the greats are. You know, you have 100%. To be really almost a perfectionist.
Yeah,
which I try to be that way. But
while you were answering, I was thinking about my favorite time period of Slash.
Oh yes, please.
2010 to 2014.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's
although I kind of get that.
He got sober in 2008 ish, and then he released his first solo album. I think it was 2009, 2010. That's when I was in 4th grade. My 4th grade teacher, Mr. Carr, shout out Mr. Carr.
Mr. Carr.
I haven't seen him since then, probably, but he found out that I was a fan, and he had the album at home, and he went. And it was at the time of burning CDs, and he burned me the whole album and just took out the explicit songs because I was a kid and he was my teacher, and gave it to me for free. And then I just went home and listened to it and churned over that over and over. So I think it's that because, and then 2 years later or a few years later, he released I still have such a hard time saying this word, apocalyptic love.
I'm not even going to try it. I'll let you struggle.
Apocalyptic love, something like that. Do you know what word I'm trying to say?
No.
Apocalyptic or apocalyptic.
Stop saying it.
Apocalyptic, whatever, that album.
Something love.
And then the live concert of that album in Sydney, I think, Australia.
Oh yeah.
It's my favorite video of live performance of him ever. And it's in that time because I think once he got sober, he was able to rein in his real inspirations and find a band that he really gels well with. And then those first 2 albums, I love the last 2 as well, or the last 3 really technically. But I think that's when his talent was the best. It's also when I think his brain and his fingers were the best because it's when I think
they're lining up.
I think it's when he wrote his best riffs. I think it's when his best solos were.
I might have to listen to it.
It's my favorite video of him playing Anastasia. It's my favorite solo that I show people because people just
I think you show that to me.
Because people just think he only does like blues solos and just plays like it's 1970 or whatever. Yeah. And I go, okay, watch this video in 2014.
Okay, what we need to do, like you send me Slash stuff and I'll send you Steve. Like I'll send you.
You know what we should do?
3
videos, 3 YouTube links.
Okay.
That I send you. You send me 3, and then we come back the next episode and talk about our favorite and least favorite things about those videos. I think we should limit it to 3 and keep it at max. I think it should be 3 exactly because if it's just one video, we won't talk about it long, and if it's too many, it's just gonna be like we won't watch them.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
I won't watch them. Whatever.
I don't know. But also, it can't be whole concerts because it's not like here's 4 hours, but it's 3 videos.
Okay, I was gonna do that.
That's why I said that.
Whatever.
Because you're gonna be like, here's 3 live concerts.
I really would.
No, like 3 live, maybe not even live, just 3 videos.
There's one thing I know you can appreciate about Steve is that he always has these huge reverbs on his voice. Like
massive, like 4 or 5 seconds.
Huge. And it's
they're also compressed so much. His reverbs are compressed. So it's not only his vocal is there, his reverb is right behind it, just like this. Yeah.
I think it sounds great. Yeah. It's his thing.
There's that one song or one album that you have shown me.
I think that's
particularly
the album
long.
I'm talking about.
It's just literally like,
is it? Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that was cool.
Yeah.
I want to hear more about Slash, but
yeah, I don't know. We got to do an episode eventually. We'll do episodes of each of our favorites.
Yeah.
I a little bit back to the Dave quickly. I'm excited to see what you think of the show.
Me too. We'll do a review episode.
I really want you to pay attention most to the drummer though. I'm sure you will as a drummer. Dude, Carter is so
I was going to say Carter. I want to see him.
So good. He's so good.
I watched something about why he wears gloves, actually, because he had something wrong with
Yeah, he wears like wide receiver gloves.
Yeah, no, they're like, I think he said the first time he did it, they were golf gloves. And he said something was wrong with his thumb or something. I can't remember what it was, but like, yeah.
Dude, and the
I'm excited.
Great. Anyway, I was wondering if you wanted to get into and talk briefly about your YouTube channel before we get out of here. Because I feel like you've mentioned it, but you haven't really gotten into it.
Yeah. I don't know. Ask me a question. I just like.
I want to. Obviously, I want you to talk a little bit about why you started, when you started, and stuff. But I want to hear what your vision and goal for it is.
Oh, that's a great question.
I know.
I started it. So I think my first video was, I think it was in 2020 February,
right before lockdown.
Yeah, it was a live performance of me in this band called Mercury. At Kimbrough's Pick and Parlor. I think that was the first one.
Right down the road?
Yeah, right down the road. I think it was the first one. Correct me if I'm wrong. And around that time, I was trying to get a lot into social media. That was back when horizontal videos on Instagram were still accepted and like pushed by the algorithm. Completely different now. After high school, I really grinded. I graduated in 2019. I think you did too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I really wanted to get on the grind, and I was on that grind of meeting people, getting out there, like, and especially on the internet as well as in real life. And it still makes sense to me. And for a long time, I think it's even going to grow, that you have to have a presence on the internet and not just like on one platform, like spread out. Like, let's say Instagram 100%. Just goes down tomorrow. Like, okay, that's fine. I have a following on Facebook, YouTube, and I have a TikTok. Like, there's other ways to reach those people.
I need to be better about that.
You do. You really do. And it's about, because you never know. Like on Facebook, those like Nashville musician groups, like everyone's like, I need a drummer, or like whatever, like they need. And it's like, okay, hey, here's like all my stuff, and you can see everything. Like a website is like bare bones to me. Like you've got to have as much stuff as you can out there. So when it came time to figure out, I was like, okay, well, what kind of content am I going to post? I was like, well, I play out a lot, and so I can just set a camera down and go. That's like the basic stuff. Haven't done it in a while. I haven't got. If you need a drummer, I want some gigs. I really want some gigs. I'm not playing out much. But so it was that, and then I had the idea for musical chairs, which if you don't know, we'll probably put in the description below. But you should. This man's in it.
Sneak peek. We're filming one this Saturday.
Yeah, we are.
We're filming two.
Yeah, we're gonna do two.
Yeah. I'm really excited for one of them.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
I don't know. It's a fun thing to do. I get guys that I want to be around and hang with for these videos. It's like, Brendan, I think you're a great bass player, more because you're reliable and
Thanks.
like you're like, oh, I don't know how to play that. I'm going to sit down and learn it, and not just be like, yeah, I'll figure it out. And you know, you have to do that. You know your strengths and your weaknesses, which is why I call you. Yeah. So like, there's other bass players I know, like amazing bass players, and I'm just like, yeah, but I was gonna say,
I'm definitely not the most technically advanced bass player in the world,
but I've got my list.
The one that you know.
I've got my list.
You definitely know bass players that are better than me technically, but I'm always early, and I'll always know the part.
Always,
I'm always gonna have
too early. Actually,
I'm always early. Sometimes too early. Yeah. Sometimes like so early where it's like awkward, but I'd rather do that than be late.
Like we don't open for another hour.
I've been to venues like an hour before the gig, and the venue's not even open. There's no lights on, and I'm like, well,
yeah. Anyway. Well, what really took off was when I started doing full band covers. And back to Steve Perry, it was his birthday in 2021 in January. 24th or 28th. I can't remember the day. I feel a little bad not knowing.
I was waiting for you to do that. I was waiting for the date.
And I got a couple of my friends together, Tate and Brian, shout out. You guys are great. They're in that first one. It's just the three of us. And I was like, what if we did like a review of like Escape, like just listen to it? And like, nah. And I was like, well, let's just record the song. But I didn't want to sing it, and none of them wanted to. I was like, okay, well, we'll just do it and then we'll figure it out. So we did Lights. And we got done, and Brian was going to overdub the organ part, and it was like lunchtime, so we went to go get lunch now. And then I got back and was like, okay, I'm just going to sing it. And then I did. And then that video kind of blew up, which was really cool. And so I do full band covers every once in a while. It's not what I pull out a lot. And then there's drum covers, which is like whatever. I'm not a big drum cover guy. We're just going to start phasing them out. So probably by the end of the year.
You heard it here.
By the end of the year, they're probably going to be gone. Or like very rare.
We haven't filmed one in a while.
Yeah, well, I still have the 4 I got to freaking post. So, but I don't know. It seems like if you're not posting on social media in general, like YouTube Shorts and all that stuff, like you're hindering yourself, you know, because you're keeping yourself from people that otherwise would want to see you or want to hear from you or want to work with you, want to know you, like all these other things. So, I don't know. It just makes sense to do. And, yeah, it costs some money, but,
ain't cheap.
Eventually, hopefully to see my returns, you can make some money on YouTube. So
eventually,
hopefully I'll get there, but
you will.
If not, you know,
gotta be confident.
I hit 500 subs the other week, which is really cool. Yeah. That's all you guys. Thank you. Please subscribe. Help me get monetized. I do have a Patreon as well. No one's on there, but it's okay.
Eventually.
Anyway, this is a Green Room podcast. Shout out our socials. Podcast The Green Room on Instagram. 2 T's. Podcast The Green Room. TikTok is I think no. Just look up The Green Room podcast.
Yeah, if you just look up The Green Room podcast on TikTok, it'll show up.
I'll see our logo.
Yes, we should be having clips up now and stuff like that. Yeah.
Again, I'm Massimo Distefano.
Yeah, I'm Brendan. Thank you very much.
Massimo D Music, everywhere you can find it.
My Instagram is BDEN _ Aten. Sorry,
you forgot your own thing?
I literally forgot it for a second. Sorry. Yeah, BDEN _ Aten.
Shout out Steve Perry.
Also, I'm gonna do it here. I'm now in a new band. Called More Weight. I'm in 2 bands now, which is super cool. Yeah. Go follow us. One of our first shows is going to be Bad Fest, which was just announced here in town. It's the 3rd or 4th year, I believe. My buddy Jacob throws it, who's the singer of More Weight.
I remember seeing about that. I might have to go.
It's great. I mean, it's definitely it's a hardcore metal show.
Okay, I might not go,
but it's
no, I'll go.
We're upping venues this year. We're going to the East Room. I believe it's in the end of August. My phone is recording, but I can give you the date. I'll have the link to everything on my Instagram. Go follow it and go buy tickets. It's going to be a great time. Support us. It's awesome.
Shout out Slash.
Yeah. Shout out Slash, come on the show. Shout out Dave Matthews, come on the show.
Liquid Death.
Phoebe Bridgers is really good.
Liquid Death.
Yeah, Liquid Death. What good stuff, dude.
I would love to have a bottle of Liquid Death right here.
I just tried the tea for the first time the other day.
They have tea?
They just came out with tea. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I still love the normal water the most, but the tea's good too.
Okay, we'll get some Liquid Death next time.
Yeah. Alrighty. Thank you very much. Peace.
Ciao.